European ideas. They wanted freedom, but they wanted it on Marxist terms. So Cruz walked away and built a language of his own. One that said that black people couldn't just fight for inclusion. We had to fight for infrastructure. In 1967, he wrote The Crisis of the Negro Intellectual. It wasn't just a critique, it was an autopsy. He said the movement failed because we gave the culture away. We gave white liberals our art, our politics, our voice, and they handed us awards for it. Meanwhile, we owned nothing. He said the Negro intellectual has been a political orphan. And what he meant was, we built everything except our own institutions. That book called out everybody, from integrationists chasing approval to radicals chasing ideology. He said that you can't borrow somebody else's blueprint for your own freedom. And that's the line that still burns. He said we don't just need representation, we need control. They called him angry, they said he was too harsh. But he wasn't angry, he was exhausted. He watched the Harlem Renaissance turn into entertainment. He watched activism become branding. And he watched universities teach about revolution while firing the revolutionaries. So he went into academia himself, not to fit in, but to build something. He created one of the first African American studies programs at the University of Michigan. And he told every student who'd listen, art is politics, and politics is economics. If you don't own them, you don't own anything. Harold Cruz died in 2005. No big send-off, no national tribute. But if you look around today, every one of his predictions came true. Black creativity, monetized. Black pain, marketed. Black movements, funded by the very systems they claim to fight. He told us that we had the passion for freedom, but not the plan for power. And that's still the truth. Harold Cruz didn't want followers. He wanted architects. And until we stop letting other people design our liberation, his crisis is still ours. Say his name. Harold Cruz.
Wait, she using AI script,
You ever
man?
notice how it...
Damn. I didn't know that. Okay, go ahead. We stuck at 8.6K. If y'all don't start tapping, I'm gonna mute these comments. Come on, 10K everybody. Go ahead, Bronx. You wanted to say something.
Oh, I just had a question about. I asked it in the comments earlier. Uh, I was wondering. I thought everyone was from somewhere else. Is that not kind of true? Like when you go back to like the land that land bridge thing or whatever. Like there was no like people native to the Americas. Is that right? Or I'm not sure if that's right.
Yeah, I mean, indigenous people are native to America. That they would
Oh.
be the only people who are native to America.
See, I thought those people were from like certain parts of Asia, and they moved over on the land bridge. I feel like I'm out of my depth with this, but I thought that there wasn't anyone here at some point. Uh, oh, hi, Dee Dee. How are you? Suck my dick. I don't care.
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah, well, she was talking about with her content. She talks about specific people. In that specific clip, she was talking about Harold Cruz. What his legacy was, what he meant, and everything like that. But Bronx, to kind of respond to your question, I guess I just don't get the context because let's play devil's advocate just to, explore the possibilities here. Let's say that there wasn't any people here on the continent of America or whatever country it was before it was America. What would that mean in context to the clip that you heard in regards to that?
I'm not sure. I just looked, by the way. It said like 30,000 years ago, like the people from like Siberia went over the Bering Land Bridge, and that's where like indigenous people come from. I don't know. I just think it's like when people talk about people moving around, and like sometimes like in modernity, it's called like gentrification and just people moving. Like is I don't understand how are people supposed to move without it hurting people? I guess that's my question.
By
I'm not
not
trying to like
stealing.
I'm not trying to refute anything that was said in the video per se. I'm just trying to make more
Well,
sense of it.
what she
It's
was
simple.
talking
By
about
not
was,
stealing, like it's really simple. Like
well,
people moving different places isn't new. It's not new to anybody. What's up, man? So like the concept in of itself is like, yo, people going from one place to another, and then you can just push them by. You just push on by. I'm sorry about that. Like the whole concept in of itself is there's a difference between sharing culture and there's a difference between culture being visibly and land being visibly genocided, stolen. Like we're not talking about the same things here.
Yeah, I'm trying to I guess understand. I mean, maybe
Those people they moved by their own like feet. They moved because of whatever resources were available at the time or lack thereof. When we're talking about gentrification, colonization, we're talking about things like, oh, people coming to quote unquote conquer another area. Now we're talking about rights being infringed upon. Before any sort of papers, we're talking about the rights that people were born with are now being violated.
oh, I didn't know that people were born with rights. That's not why I was asking it.
And to be clear,
Whatever. I don't give
Bronx,
a shit who you're
people,
talking to.
to be clear,
I'm
before this
talking to you.
devolves, before this devolves, right? The people are born with the rights. There's a fundamental difference between an Afrocentric way of learning and understanding and seeing the world versus a Eurocentric way. A
Yeah.
Eurocentric would tell you that those rights are not, you're not born with those. Even before Marxist or communism or socialism was around, my people literally already practiced those things. The colonization and the conquering essentially from other people is has strictly been just an interruption to innovation advancement. Every civilization understands this. Every time war comes up or now we're fighting for land or in the future water, now you're unaliving not just your workforce but your innovation. Like that society is your innovation. They're the people that are going to like propel the future into an ease that we didn't have before. It's like that's the concept, right? You can't do that when everyone is fighting over things to live for when the stuff already exists.
Yeah. So it's essentially like a Euro versus Afrocentric way of kind of moving through the world, I guess.
To oversimplify it, it's
Yeah,
a
no, yeah. I'm not trying to.
yeah, it's an Afro way of thinking that now Europeans are coming back to essentially like copy even ways of living, right? Where people call my people like, oh, well, you live in mud huts and stuff like that. Well, those mud huts are being copied now again. All these things that whether we like it or not, we live in this world where we're interconnected. So if they're abusing stuff on one side of the earth, the other side of the earth gets affected. So
Yeah.
like this thing of like having limited resources or this needed to be conquered because these people weren't using those things. All we did was throw things out of an obvious balance. What was once free, now we had to create a financial system to obtain. We're living backwards as far as I'm concerned.
I just wanted to respond to the person above me who said, the YT supremacy thing. I think it's in. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, good ideas are meant to be defended, and when you dog whistle that everyone's racist when they ask questions, you are effectively making more space for people to be racist. So shut the fuck up with that bullshit when people are asking questions.
Don't talk to her like that.
I said shut the fuck up with that bullshit. I asked a goddamn question, and then you started calling me a goddamn racist, dude. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, I've heard that talking point before. I'm just asking a question. You're yelling, and I'm just saying you're going to. I mean, this is just the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like I'm trying to have a conversation with people. So when you do things like that, you're
Rude to
effectively
her.
making more room for people like that, and it sucks. Yeah, you're calling me racist for having a conversation with you, and it's
Cascade.
yeah. Whatever.
I need you to watch the room.
Yeah. What an amazing talking point is calling everyone racist that asks a question. You're fucking stupid. I don't give a fuck who you fuck with. I'm gonna have a conversation if I want to have a conversation. There's not a goddamn thing you could do about it.
Cascade, I need you to watch the room because I'm
Okay.
going to the other house right quick. Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Okay, you guys, let's oh, Bo, put yourself back in the bit box so people can talk.
You dog whistling that I'm racist. No, I'm not racist, dude.
Hold on
I'm not racist because I asked a question. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Can we?
Yeah, I heard you say it. No, I don't. I was
guys,
asking
let's not get the live taken down, everybody. Come on.
Bro, this is so fucking stupid. I ask a goddamn question and then you call me racist. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, this is a public panel, ding dong. Well, you should give a fuck. Okay.
Tap the screen.
That's great.
Thank you for the 10K life.
I'm happy for you that you know who you're talking to. I was addressing you, and I get to have a conversation just like anybody else gets to have a conversation. I don't care how much you fucking yell. I'm going to ask questions if I want to ask questions. You think it's about a fucking woman thing. I'm just having a conversation. I was talking to Marquade too. And I don't give a fuck.
All right. Okay. Hello. We're not getting anywhere, everybody. Let's try to get back to the point of this conversation, which the lady was talking about in the video. What basically what I got from was that she's talking about the glorification of colonization, right? When we use terms in history like discovered, and we make it we whitewash the history, make it sound nice, we make it sound pretty. We need to use the terms that actually are reflective of what happened, and stop whitewashing history and using niceties and all these things to describe what happened. It is going on today. PragerU has released certain commercials about history and everything like that. But it's always people who say that the community is indoctrinated people. No, America, and specifically white people, are indoctrinated people. Like you guys, people like that are pushing out these narratives, pushing out these things to say that slavery wasn't so bad. Oh, they were just helping white people. Slavery was an essential tool, and all these things. These things are actively being pushed, and I think that's what that person who made that video, I think that's what she was talking about. So let's try to get back to that, everybody. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's just a question. Relax.
Dude, you're doing too much.
And I don't give a fuck.
Oh my God. Okay. Can we just tap the screen, y'all? It's Monday. Happy Monday. Hey, how was your Thanksgiving weekend and Black Friday? Did anybody do any Black Friday shopping? Right. I'm like, let's try to stay on topic. Like, come on, y'all. Um, but yeah, welcome up, Irish pro bono. Um, welcome in. I'm eating, so let me try to go on mute for a minute. But don't take it left field. Don't take it left field. But let me finish eating this oatmeal.
No, but Cascade, everything you said there was spot on. I agree with everything you just said about like we should use the correct terms and speak on correct history, especially like in America, and obviously in other countries. But I think a lot of people in America currently at this time in 2025, in December 2025, they are whitewashing history, like very much so.
Oh, Budinsky. Okay, I'm being slick. Okay, I thought it was a conversation,
Oh
but
my god.
so when you use people as pawns in a conversation and you say stupid bullshit, and then you're like, "I was talking to KC," fucking idiot.
It happens all the time, pro bono. Welcome to Bowles panel.
DD can't shut the fuck up about some dumb shit.
Oh my god.
I was
Let it
talking to
go. Let
Cascade. I
it
wasn't
go.
talking
Let
to
it
you, DD.
go.
I'm trying to moderate, but y'all just keep.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking to Cascade.
I'm trying to
Okay.
be the. I'm
Okay.
trying to be a good moderator. I'm not trying to take anybody's side. Y'all, it just seems like we keep circling back to the issue.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's dead that topic and move on to
Yeah,
something else.
let's move on to something else. Okay, so let me see let me see what I got in my repertoire here. Does anyone want to talk about Trump? What Trump said to the reporter? Because I think it was very very ridiculous. We do have the clip here. No, he said you're so stupid. Hold on one second. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me go over here. I had it. I thought I had it saved, but
He said, "Quiet, piggy,"
yeah, I know that one. No, that one I know. But there's another one.
and
Hold on.
then
Let me go.
he called
Worked
another
closely with the
woman
CIA in
stupid.
Afghanistan for years, that he was vetted, and the vetting came up clean. He went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts. And that
Tap the
happens
screen.
too. It happens too
Thank you
often
for the
with
heart,
these
me,
people. You see
Tigger.
them. But look, this is how they come in. This is how they're standing on top of each other, and that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted, and we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out, but they go cuckoo. Something happens to them. Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. Right. So why do you blame the Biden administration for what this man did? Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
Oh.
Because they came into
I can't
on a
get sound
plane.
effect, but wow.
Thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
Oh.
And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go. We were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you left...
Wow! I gotta do the sound effects because both are here.
He should be the last person calling anyone stupid. Seriously.
Yeah, no, literally. He word salads a lot, and it's ridiculous.
I swear he's on the spectrum. He's
He's on that government Adderall. Yeah, he's all fucked up.
But see, the problem is he knows he's not an intellectual, but like people who vote for him are also even worse, not intellectual. So to them, that sounds plausible. They have no idea. He just said, yeah, they made a law. What law? You need to quote it. You're
He
not
just
a
says
legal
enough
scholar.
shit to confuse everyone.
There's a reason why a lot of our presidents have gone to law school, because they have to understand legal founding in order to try to explain it in layman terms to the vast majority of the American people. Donald Trump is not a legal scholar. He's barely a businessman.
Yeah, well, that's why he said barely.
He has had
Mm,
so look, everybody in business has taken losses. Anybody who's started their own business has probably taken a loss one. But to have like Donald Trump didn't start at zero. He started at like 50, right? Like if you're supposed to start life, with nothing. He didn't start life with nothing. His parents had something, so he already had an advantage. And to have so many companies that have gone bankrupt and so many people that you haven't paid, and you're supposed to be this business genius, Trump Airlines, bankrupt, Trump Steaks, bankrupt, Trump Ties, bankrupt, all of these
mm,
entities, bankrupt.
mm.
And it wasn't even his business, it was a collab with NBC Universal, was The Apprentice. That was one of the only successful things. And the fact that he did real
Yes, that's
estate
true.
deals, but all those Trump buildings now aren't even owned by Trump. His name is being licensed to use
Mm.
on those buildings. So he doesn't even own or had nothing to do with the actual building of the building. It's his name that gets licensed to use it. And now people who have licensed his name because he's such an unpopular president, they want to rename some of these buildings.
All right, you
Very
guys,
true.
the comments will come back on at 11K likes. Let's go ahead and get it up. Come on, let's do it. We can do
And
it.
bro, that's something that happened like in the UK. I don't live in the UK, but something similar because everything with Prince Andrew and what he did with Epstein, like recently in I think it was like October 2025, like he had his name on buildings in the UK, in England, and because of what he did, like the royal family literally had to get them removed, like and with Andrew on it, like got
Unfortunately, in
removed.
America, the essay of children has always been like on the surface.
Hmm.
People are very what do they call it? Performative when it comes to child essay, but a lot of straight men will find a ways to justify, and we're seeing that now in the media, or even white women are doing it. They're finding a way to justify child SA, and even in marginalized communities. I can't speak for any other community but the Black community, but like if you ask a Black person, did you know somebody in your family who has touched or done something inappropriate and it's been swept under the rug? I would imagine there would be a lot of people, maybe 6 out of 10, that say, "Yeah, I know an uncle, I know a cousin who essayed, either me or somebody else, and the family protected them because that's their family." So, as I'm saying, child
Thank
essay
you
is
for the
not a
heart
deal
me.
breaker. It's never been a deal breaker in a lot of communities: white, Black, Hispanic, Asian. Children are
Hmm.
often seen as commodities and accessories. So even though we tout this, oh, they're the future and we need to protect no, we don't, because we don't do it. Same thing with the elderly,
Correct.
same thing with animals.
You know what? No, I was just going to say I agree with him.
Because it's never been about kids, it's always been about power.
Correct. It's not, and they're basically by victim blaming them or victim blaming like children or women or men or males or non-binary or any victim who has been like raped or groomed or any sort of violence in general. They're literally re-traumatizing and using their trauma because like obviously what happened here with Conor McGregor, he has re-traumatized his victim for 7 years because we she has to keep him bringing him back to court for 7 years. So all I care about is those victims, Trump's victims and Epstein's. Hmm.
It's all about power. Power. You notice that
No, it's still power. It's still power. I think that's what his
Yeah,
point
because
is.
the victim's comfort is not a turning point.
It,
Yeah, because if the person who is doing the harm, if someone of note, someone who is making money for somebody else, somebody who's in a position of power, because Y- yeah, like it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. When it comes, it's performative. When you say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that to the elderly," you shouldn't do that to. Now, if you're a poor person and you're caught doing something to a child, yeah, you're going to be held to the extent of the law. But if you are a wealthy person or someone of connections or powers, and you
like
know where the
Trump,
bodies are buried, not just for yourself but of other people, there's a different era of how we handle this delicately. Do you think Obama
they're
would have
treated
gotten the same
different.
grace had he been in the Epstein files?
Nope.
Right. Because you put like when you think of because when you're investing in the you think about like your preacher, like you said, like when you talk about when you people in church, they talk about their pastor, their reverend, or their preacher. They put investment into that person, right? They believe that they're doing good for the community, that they help them through a tragedy in their life. They were there and they prayed for them. All these things, and so we're very black and white. We don't. There's a lot of shades of gray that like a person who is doing things that are unspeakable to children can simultaneously be there for you in a time of need and provide that comfort for you. A person that has done unspeakable acts to women or animals can still also feed the hungry and bail you out of a financial situation. There's duplicity in the act of being a human, right? Oh, absolutely. But I think what people have a problem reconciling with is the fact that, wait, this person did all these A, B, C, D, E good things for me. I can't believe that they would do this tragic thing to someone else. So it's easier not to believe the victim and believe that this person is being set up than it is to be, oh my gosh, despite doing all these great things for me, he did something horrible or she did something horrible to someone else. We like I said, humans think in black and white. If you like somebody, you like them, and it takes acts for you to be like, damn, I misjudged them, or how would I have known, or I think we think it reflects badly on us. Exactly. Have you seen the movie Doubt with yes, that talks about the Catholic Church. It has Meryl Streep and Viola Davis. Yes.
Don't even get me
Yes.
started on the Catholic Church. Don't get me started on it. We'll be here all day.
That kind of summarizes how child SA happens and how it happens repeatedly. I mean, there are certain, um, genres of that, like the single mother who meets a man who provides stability and is willing to sacrifice her daughters or sons or both for that man. We see that countless and countless times again where a mother who may be going through her own depressive state, financially, emotionally, meets a man and is willing to sacrifice the well-being of her kids to keep this man around, right? Same thing with like a teacher who's well regarded in the community, who is a man who is like has
Priest.
a priest, or even a city councilman, or just a neighbor that's really popular, will use this mask of being this incredible human to, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and
Mm-hmm.
right, because you can anybody who is
Bono. Pro bono. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
No, Kev, y'all seen this doc? You have to watch the documentary on Netflix called "The Keepers," where the nun got unalived before
Well,
the.
what is he now?
You seen it? Did you see how everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this part. Did you see how the more that they started digging, the more they started finding, and they found out that most of the
Mm-hmm.
people in the community knew about it and also was participating in it. From the police
Yeah.
officers to the gynecologists to the parishioners. I mean, everybody played a part in
Yeah.
these children being, SA. Everybody,
Mm-hmm.
the whole
Mm-hmm.
community.
that's what I'm saying. This notion that
Police
child SA
officers.
is like the worst of the worst that can happen. We are seeing in real time even women, which is surprising to me, are willing to sacrifice
It's not for
their
me.
moral standards to align. Right, they want to protect their men. And it's crazy. It is crazy. Like, these are your kids. They're, oh, yeah.
And for me anyway, I hold women to a higher standard because you're supposed to like protect your child, and I'm not a parent, but I have seen like watching like stuff on YouTube, like on the Steve Wilkos show, right? Because that doesn't air here. But I've seen women literally find out their child is being SA'd, fail the lie detector, and they've known all along and still stay with that man. And I'm like, listen to
There's
this,
a
and I'm
woman on
actually
this
getting
app
sick.
that her husband was recently arrested for child porn. And it was like, at that point, if your husband's been arrested for something like that, get off social media. Instead, she got on social media, made these. Oh well, he didn't get convicted for that. He got convicted for this, and I'm like, but it all is under the umbrella of child SA. Like,
But
I,
even celebrities, and I'm going to go back to your original point that there's a gray area with like human beings when it comes to like children or teens being harmed. Because like there are certain celebrities like Paul Walker, Chad Michael Murray, they all dated teenagers. When Paul Walker unalived, he was dating a 16-year-old. Chad Michael Murray, after his divorce from Sophia Bush, literally dated a 17-year-old, proposed to her 18, was with her for 7 years. People don't give a fuck. Certain partners don't
no,
give a
they
fuck. There's
don't.
a gray area.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think this is all performative when it's always been performative, because up until I would say the last 30, 40 years, having relations with someone as young as 12 was something that happened quite often in like the 40s, 50s, and maybe even under the 60s, and probably well before that too. It wasn't until the child labor movement happened, where where kids were getting unalived in factories, that there was really a push to protect children. But just like racism, yes, laws have changed, but the sentiment behind the actual act has not.
Correct.
People just understood that these topics were taboo in the public square, but behind closed doors, these things were still happening. I mean, there are statistics on. Oh, go ahead.
There's still children being abused in a Christian church. Different Christians, like, because we know Christianity is an umbrella term, there's still children being abused in those communities, in not just like America and Ireland and the UK and other countries, like in countries in Europe and outside Europe, but all different countries are still doing it. Like, only recently, there was a documentary in Ireland about hidden cases that we did not know about children being abused, of both little girls and boys.
That's and
Hidden.
and we have to define. I think, unlike like gun regulations or SMUN regulations. Sorry for TikTok. You need to define what exactly is child grooming and what because, like, yes, the physical act of doing something inappropriate with a child, that definitely is. But how do you legislate grooming? Like, is it appropriate for a grown woman or a grown man to be alone with a child that's not theirs at any given time, if they're not related to them? I don't know. These are things that you want to do to protect a child. I don't have kids either, but I know. Um, and even if you vet somebody, I just think parents need to be extra vigilant, especially at this day and time where you can cover up abuse very easily. I think parents need to be extra vigilant. I don't think sleepovers are a thing that need to happen anymore. That's just me. I don't have any kids. That may not be. Yeah. I, I don't think sleepovers are a thing. And I know, and I've been on many a sleepovers, who am I to say, oh, the kids of this generation should be able to experience that? And I wish I could say yes, but just knowing what goes on, or what could
We've
go
heard
on, it's just,
cases where children
yeah.
being abused on sleepovers. We've
Yeah.
seen it in all
Cascade,
different countries, the UK, Ireland,
Cascade,
America, where children have been abused.
Cascade, or
Sorry,
Aura.
go
Can
on.
y'all start a live? Because I got to handle some business here.
I actually have to
Oh,
head into a meeting myself, but it was good to talk to everyone. I'll